Hello there, I'm Jamey, and I am late today. I'm so sorry for any of you who came here live for today's live play, Game 78, Round 3. I was out of the office for a little bit. I was meeting up with, actually you can kind of tell, I have a stamp on my hand. I was at the Museum of Illusions here in St. Louis with an out-of-town friend who was unexpectedly here in town. Thank you, Chad, for being worried. Everything is fine. We were just at this museum visiting with a friend who's in town, and we try to get back in time, but I wanted to give this friend a ride back to their the convention that they're out here in St. Louis. And so there was a little bit of a delay on our way back, but I'm here now for round 3. The museum was really cool. We took some great photos. Wish I had a good way of showing them on the screen, but this is my camera, so can't really do that. But it was a neat place for taking illusion photos at this Museum of Illusions here in St. Louis. Also had some kind of classic optical illusion type things that were neat to see in person, but type of things that you could see online. But the photo opportunities in these rooms that make you look like really big or really small. There was a tunnel that you could walk through that made you not dizzy. It was dizzying, but not it's here in St. Louis. And it's actually right next to a speakeasy where we had our company Christmas party called None of the Above, which I highly recommend if you like the idea of speakeasies and fun cocktails. That is in the same area. Also right near the Alamo Drafthouse, which is a fun movie theater here in St. Louis. Really neat little block called the Foundry. So thank you, Chad and Garrett, for hanging out. Despite I'm being a little late, I see you two here. And anyone who's watching this in the future, welcome. I'm going to play today Planet Unknown, Tidal Blades, and Pendulum. Pendulum's a classic realm. These two are promo realms. We'll see how we do. Let's jump right in, and I'll talk through them a little bit as we go. Yeah, Garrett, I should these things to Design Day attendees as things. Link. Hopefully it might be an internet connection issue. A 1 and a 2 for the first roll. So let's look at Planet Unknown. So here we can assign a number to a shape, and the sum of the numbers may not exceed 7. And so we're defining numbers for these different shapes. And gain the resource, then draw the shape, or draw a shape using its assigned number. 1 is pre-filled. So I could right away draw the 1, but if I put like a 2 right here, then I could write a heart there, or put a 2 right there. Let's see. I think there's a rule that I always forget here. Do I have to use a different number, or is that it? A unique number, yeah. So I can't assign a number that I've already assigned. Let's try to get an early coin. So I'll put a 2 right there, and then I gain the resource, I gain a coin, and then draw the shape. And so I get to draw this shape. Shapes may rotate, flip, and okay, so I can put it anywhere. And I'm just trying to complete rows or actually columns for resources. Let's put it right here. Run right there. Don't gain anything yet because I haven't completed a row or a column. That's Planet Unknown. Tidal Blades and Pendulum. So Pendulum I need to work on every turn. So let's just use a 1. I'll create a 1 to use in Pendulum. I'll put it right here. Also need to make sure to get some stars. Tidal Blades, I'll use the other 1. Mark a number on a monster and gain the benefit. And so these monsters, I believe, are going to trigger at certain rounds. Oh, no, I'm thinking of a different one. I was thinking of the other game from this company. So if I get a trophy, I get to advance on the champion track. Let's just use the 1 right here to get a heart. Garrett says that he lived in San Antonio for a few years, near where the Alamo Drafthouse first started. Yeah, a 2 and a 5 for this roll. He says, I don't miss living in Texas, but I miss living close to the Alamo Drafthouse. No other theater comes close to it. Yeah, I'm consistently amazed by how good it is. And I say that with a side because we actually have a movie theater that's much closer to us, but like within walking distance. But we go to the Alamo because it's just a great experience all around. single aspect of it. The reserved seats, the comfort of the seats, the quality of the food is surprisingly good. The fun drinks, the specials, all that stuff. Yeah, when we go to the movie theater, we go to the Alamo Drafthouse here in St. Louis. 2 and a 5 here. So I could reuse the 2 from Planet Unknown, or I could try to get another shape. I actually like that zig. I'm intrigued by doing that. I might put the 5 right there and get a pumpkin. And fill in this shape. And that actually completes 2 rows fairly early on. Pretty good for Planet Unknown. And then a 2, I need to make sure I get a coin out of this 2, and I'm not going to be able to do it, unfortunately. So that would have me fall behind on one of these. Pendulum is so productive if I can pull it off that I think I will use a 2 in Pendulum right here. So I'll sacrifice Tidal Blades just a little bit. So it feels like a Friday right now, even though I know it isn't. So let me ask you all, because this is, normally I'm playing this on Friday, but I have a conflict tomorrow that I can't make it. What are y'all doing this weekend? Are you doing anything fun? Garrett says he likes the thematic pre-shows at Alamo Drafthouse too, and the strict etiquette rules. I really like that. I didn't realize it was acquired by Sony. Yeah, hopefully that goes well, that acquisition. 6 and the 3, both are unique numbers for Planet Unknown, so that could be cool, as long as the sum adds up to less than 7. Actually, a 6 could go right here, and that could be pretty good. Why don't we do that? Although, how do we get a coin? I need to make sure I get a coin this time. Here's a coin that I can get. I'll put the 6 right here and get a heart out of it, and then draw a big shape. Do I have to connect them like an actual Planet Unknown? No, I don't have to connect them. So let's draw that shape right here. I'm actually not doing a good job at all of completing columns before rows, which would be the optimal strategy here. But now that I know that, I'll do that in the future. And the 3, let's use the 3 to get a coin from Tidal Blades. And we'll use that coin right away just to circle this star. And that gives me a chance to complete everything in Pendulum. We'll see if it works out. Turn 4. A 1 and a 4. So the friend that we were actually meeting at the Museum of Illusions was, her name is Ariel, and she is one half of the Wild Optimists. They design escape room games, and they sometimes consult on actual escape rooms. But if you played, I don't know, there's a werewolf themed escape room game that they're best known for, I think. But they've designed a lot of different escape room games. So if you look up the Wild Optimists, we got to hang out with half of the Wild Optimists today. A 1 and a 4 for this turn. The 4 could go here pretty nicely. That could be decent. The 4, could it get me a coin somewhere? 4 could also be good in Pendulum. I do like getting the coin right there from Tidal Blades. Planet Unknown is just so satisfying to fill in. In fact, this is making me want to just play Planet Unknown if I have that option. But it actually gets to be pretty close to cracking open this hourglass if I go for the 4 there. Let's do that. I'll put the 4 right here. Don't get anything right away, but that's okay. And then a 1. I could get a heart. Actually, let's do this. I'll use that heart right here, or that 1 gives me a heart. I will use now 3 hearts to copy the 4 and use it in Planet Unknown right here to get another heart and get a 3. And that 3, I think I'm going to start to remember that I need to complete columns. So complete this 3 right here, and that gives me a coin that I can use hopefully on a future turn. Let's see. Chat says no big weekend plans. He's hoping to play Finspan, hoping to play Quest for El Dorado, and Mistborn. I'm hoping to play, well, I haven't played Quest for El Dorado in a while. I need to get back to the table and remember how good it is. This weekend, I will almost definitely be playing Mistborn and Finspan, and I'm looking forward to playing both. So all 3, I think, are good picks, Chad. Garrett says he's excited to watch the Oscars on Sunday, and he'll be playing movie catch-up on a few he wants to see before movie night. So what are the ones that you haven't seen so far, Garrett, that you're excited to see? We watched, I think, a movie that might be up for an award called Anatomy of a Fall. We just watched that last night. We're going to watch Survivor tonight. This was the last night while Survivor was recording. So yeah, well, it was an interesting movie, Anatomy of a Fall. It was a French film, I think, but some of it was in English. And Miss Pretty Kitty says, hopefully playing FinSpan this weekend. I hope so. I hope you have a good time with it. And they said my group played last Sunday and absolutely loved it. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm really, really happy to hear that. I'm glad you're enjoying FinSpan. I have some FinSpan expansion stuff to test, and that's why I need to get it to the table. In fact, I need to print that stuff. I just realized I haven't actually printed. No, I did print it. I'm sorry. I already printed it. I already have it ready. 4 and a 5. I need to actually take my turn here. So I could use a 4 or a 5, depending on the shape that I want. I could use, can't really use a 1 here. Actually, the 5 is great in Pendulum. Let's do that first. Use the 5 in Pendulum. That gives me a heart and a coin. Heart and a coin also gives me 2 stars. Now I have the 4 left to use. What can I get from that 4? I need to start to make some progress on this track here, but I want to get the resources first. So that was a 4. That was a 4. That gives me a coin. And then in Tidal Blades, let's fill in this space right here in Tidal Blades. Oh, there's a no, that's not a column star, is it? I don't believe so. I believe the stars are just for rows. Yeah, it looks like 1, but it isn't actually. Here's a 1 to fill in these 2 spaces. Even though that looks like a column star, that star is actually just for the row. All right, turn 6. A 2 and a 6. So Garrett says the movies that he's looking to play or watch are Anora, Flow, A Real Pain, and The Substance. I've heard The Substance is tough to watch, impressive, but tough to watch. And Anora, I've heard interesting things about. Flow. We watched about half of Flow, and it is a beautiful movie. It's so beautiful. But it's also it's almost something to have on in the background of doing something else, because not much really happens in it, which is odd. Like you can't just listen to Flow. You can only, there's no talking, there's no dialogue. But so little happens in it that it's almost tough to pay attention to for a full film. It's either better maybe in little snippets or while you're doing something else, but while you can still see it. I don't know. I'm curious what you think, Garrett, if you end up watching it. And A Real Pain, I thought was amazing. Really, really good movie. Incredible acting from Culkin in particular. 2 and a 6. That's my hot take right there. I could get a big shape. Oh, with the 2. Let's go with the. So I was checking to see if when you use the number, if you get the resource. But no, when you use the number, you're just using the shape. Both of those shapes are pretty good. Where can I use the 6 optimally? Oh, 6 counts as any number. I was wondering, why aren't there any 6s in Tidal Blades? But 6s count as any number here. 6 is actually great in Pendulum, too. Let's use that. Let's go with that in Pendulum. That gives me 2 more stars and a heart and a coin. The 2 is a pretty big shape in Planet Unknown, so I think I will go with that. I'll put that shape right here, maybe. And not complete anything. We'll see if that works out. And then in Tidal Blades, I could copy a number, but I can also just make a 2, and that's fine in Tidal Blades. I'll make a 2 and fill in, just in case I need number manipulation, I'll put it right there and get a pumpkin. All right, turn 7. Yeah. Jared says maybe I'll watch Flow while watching The Substance. Yeah, let me know how that works out. I can see that actually working. Did any of you watch the Survivor premiere last night, or did you vote on Survivor 50? Every week of Survivor this season, season 48, you'll get to vote on certain aspects of how they actually run Survivor 50. And I voted for that recently. Miss Pretty Kitty says, will more Rolling Realms FinSpan promo packs be available? I forgot to order mine with my game. Yes, although we're waiting. I mean, we're definitely going to make it, but we're kind of waiting a little bit until we get more back in stock notifications. Currently, I think we have around 120. And generally we look for around 300 before we end up reprinting it. But I am aiming to reprint it in time for the holiday season, but it will take a little while to do that. 5 and a 6. I have a 5 right here. I've never defined this number. What does that need to be? Actually, a 3 just won't work there, so I'm not going to fill in that shape. The 6 is a little better of a shape, I think. Right there, maybe. And a 5. 5 is actually good in Tidal blades. I need a low number over here. So let's use a 1 in Pendulum. Just cross off that 1. I'll put the 5. No, I'll go with the 6. I'll go with the 6 right here, I think. That completes another row. And then the 5 we'll use over in Tidal blades. This one gives me so many. Yeah, I'll go with this. Go with that one to get 1 trophy. Turn 8. A 6 and a 4. A lot of 6s being rolled, and I don't know if I'm really even utilizing them as best as I should. This is tricky with Pendulum. I needed a lower number, so I might need to manipulate this 4 into a 3 with the pumpkins that I have. Let's go ahead and do that, I think. 2 pumpkins. We'll turn that 4 into a 3. All I need is a 2 on the final turn. And the 6. Use the 6. I cannot use the 6 over here. A 1 would actually be fantastic in Planet Unknown. If I can use a 6, actually I can do this. I can use a 6 to get a coin, but I'll be giving up. I think you can't really do all the monsters in Tidal Blades. I think that would be very difficult. So I guess I will. I'll use that 6 right here to get a pumpkin and complete this monster. So I get 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 stars. And currently that leaves me with nothing in Planet Unknown. I could use the 4. Actually, the 4 would be great. So let's use 3 hearts to copy the 4 and use it right here as a 3. 1, 2, 3 to get another star. In fact, I have all the stars except for 1 in Planet Unknown. I would need a 1 here to finish it off. So I need a 1 and a 2 and a 4. Really, I did not do well in Tidal Blades. What was I doing down there? Roll out. Okay, so that's a 2, right? A 2 and a 2. Okay. Maybe we can work with that. A 2 and a 2. Because I know I needed a 2 here. Let's start with that one. That lets me complete Pendulum. I get a heart and a coin. I know that I needed a coin in Planet Unknown to draw this shape. And that gives me a pumpkin and a heart and the last star. Pumpkin, heart. I could use 2 hearts to copy a 2 and use it in Tidal Blades. Although what I need in Tidal Blades is a 4, which is a little more difficult to get to. I don't know if I can get to a 4, unfortunately. And that's where I could get 1, 2, 3. All I really need is 1 more of those. But I don't know if I could get. So I'm looking at trophies, ways to get more trophies. But I would need a 4, a 5, or a 5, and I can't get that high. The best I could do is just copy a 2, and that isn't even really worth it. I'll do it just because I've already crossed it off. Use that 2 to get a heart right there. Yeah, not so great in Tidal Blades, but pretty darn good in Planet Unknown. So that is a 14.3. Would have been 4 if I hadn't used those final 2 hearts. Fun combination of realms. Let me know if Garrett got 15.6. Chad says no double 4s yet, like on day 1. Chad says I'm still mixed up from the Museum of Illusions. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, this is fun. Thank you all for your patience for me being a little late and hanging out while I play round 3 of game 48 or 78. We're coming up. I am still mixed up. We're coming up on game 80. I think game 80 is probably when I'll do something different, either when I'll let everyone select the realms or when we'll do fan-made realms. I'll do one of the 2 on game 80 in a month or so. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. I won't be here tomorrow, obviously, because this is game 3, but I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend. And Garrett, hope you have fun with the movies. Miss Pretty Kitty, have fun with Finspan. And Chad, have fun with either Finspan, Quest for El Dorado, or Mistborn, whatever you decide. All right, take care. See ya. Bye.